My name is Ash, and welcome back to Neopian Flashbacks live from the comfort of my couch. I got Jack here. He is in loaf mode. He is just chilling. I got a piece of cake. I got water and coffee, the drinks of champions. And we are going to kill it today. As you can see, I don't remember what rank I finished as last time, but I've been doing some ranking on my own. I think I got like 3 ranks since then, something like that. I'm rank 7 now. I just got rank 7 last night before I went to bed. Um, we have been doing pretty okay. We were rank 6 out of all of the teams a couple days ago, and I was like, my impact. But then we dropped back down to rank 7 after we played against, I think it was Meridel, something like that. So yeah, but we're not doing too bad. I mean, we could be Terra Mountain. We could be the team in 16th place. I don't know who's in 16th place right now. Moltara. Oh my god, they have 0 points. These are the scores from the first round. But yeah. And I guess they're gonna put the scores from the second round up here as well after things are over. But I'm pretty sure Moltara is still in last place because I don't think they've done any better. Let me see. Overall rankings. And all the bribes have been collected, crossed out. Yeah, I guess I won't be able to see. Unless we fell back into 10th place, but I don't want that. That's fine. Also, you'll notice today the bonus game is Slushie Slinger. Gross. Oh, and they put this little news blurb here since last time. Round 2, Clash of Kingdoms. In a remarkable run of form, the mighty Meridel team remains top, but only 1 point shy of their 13-point total is a brave Brightvale side. Meridel's attacking style has rocked the competition this year, while Brightvale's defensive prowess has made them difficult to break down. Neither team has notched a winner's trophy, and if that weren't enough, many supporters have touted this as the Clash of Kingdoms. These teams represent the lands of brothers King Skarl and King Hagen. There's sure to be some fun, fraternal rivalry going on behind the scenes. Tied on 11 points, Kiko Lake and Krelyador are battling out for that 3rd place, while oddly almost all the predicted high-flying teams are off their form. Dargan Citadel, Virtupets, Croc Island, Terra Mountain, and Maraqua have all struggled to find their paws and claws in the field. Hey, don't drag my team like that. At the other half of the table, it's Fairyland, who have shown some heart and picked up a few points. They're now equal on points with Rue Island and Haunted Woods. What could the competition have in store for us next? So yeah, Brightvale and Meridel, they're like right next to each other, and they're very historically connected in a lot of plots. There's stuff that goes on with them. I think in Darkest Fairy, the majority of it takes place in Meridel, but you do go to Brightvale, I think, at some points. I've never finished Darkest Fairy. I bought it. I haven't finished it. It's something I do want to do, but I have to like sit down and do it. That's the thing with me. I have to actually sit down and do it. I remember I was always jealous of the kids at my, how do you say, daycare, because one of the kids would bring in games that he had, and he had Darkest Fairy, and I was like, how dare you? How dare you bring in a game that I don't have that I want? So, trying to decide what I'm gonna do first. Let's take a look at the... I put it on rank 12 just to see, since last time I got to rank 11. Wanted to see, like, hey, what if I tried to get to the next rank from what I had before? So, I don't know if I'm actually gonna make it. I'm almost halfway. I guess we'll do some Yu Ball. That's what I prefer, so let's go for it. Oh, and I did want to show on stream. Let me pull it up. We'll go to my profile. So not trying to flex with all my trophies here. Not at all. But Altador Cup 10 was when I got the rank 11, and oh, it's opening in another window. Are you shitting me? Hold on, I'll get another window capture. God, I mean, just nope, that's not it. What is it? What is it labeled as? Altador Cup X. Come on. Come on. It's not populating now. It's gonna make a liar out of me. Oh, every time I click out of it, the window doesn't work. Oh my god, this is a nightmare. You know what? I'm just gonna take a screenshot of it. Fuck it. I don't care. Because the amount of time it's gonna take. The amount of time. I might as well just screenshot it and show the picture. That's so weird that the window, like, closes when you click out of it. That's like the weirdest pop-up JavaScript window I've ever seen in my life. That's not normal. I wonder if I'm doing something wrong. No, that can't be. I'm a professional. Okay, I'm gonna say this is rank of game. There we go. Perfect. Delete this. Show image, and I have the image. Browse. Rank of game. Oh, wait, where did I save it? Pictures? Yes, here it is. So, this is how I did on Altador Cup 10, which was 5 years ago. That was one of the first years that I was doing, well, I was going to school in person, but that summer I didn't have anything. That was like the first year I had like a break. I was going to say that was the first year I was going to school online, but that's not true. I was like, why was I home if I wasn't at school online? That's why. So you can see I played a lot. I played every day for like hours. Basically, whenever I was watching Dr. Phil or like on the phone or really doing anything, talking to my mom, just playing Altador Cup in the background. So, played a lot of Shootout Showdown. Got really good at blasting through that. I don't know how I managed to play 200 games of Slushie Slinger. I was a different person back then. I'm gonna hide that. Alright, back to business. We'll start with you, U-Ball. We're playing against Haunted Woods today, and this makes me really nostalgic because Haunted Woods was the first team I ever played for in the first Altador Cup. Actually, their team is really cool looking. You know what? Hold on, I'm going to show you the team. So, this is their team. Can I make it bigger? How's that look? That looks pretty good. So, this is their team. And when I saw this team, I saw that Corbat and I was like, I have to be on their team. I thought he was so cool. Because just the energy he exudes with his like biceps, triceps, and he's like, Corbats are small, so he's like small, and I'm small, so I was like, small representation. I don't really care for the other team members. I thought Zoe was the captain. Huh. So weird. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they won the first year also. Because everyone else thought the exact same thing I did, which was, damn, that's a cool-ass team. Haunted Woods and Dargan are some of the most played teams. I would say Meridel is also pretty highly played. I don't know if Brightvale is as highly played as Meridel. But team members aren't everything. I mean, just because you have a lot of team members doesn't mean you're going to perform well. Like, Dargan and Haunted Woods aren't really performing that well. Compared to how they normally do. If there's a better defensive squad in Neopia, we certainly haven't seen them. As if they weren't tough enough already, the play of Brains Mortigan has taken them to another level. Bye! Bye! Hey! Give it back. The other day I got 11 goals to 0 goals, with me being the 11. And I was pretty happy with that. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Gotta finish my breakfast cake. Yesterday I played against Dargan, so this is funny playing against the two big teams, one after another. Yeah! XL, taking it in with the pass. Sports? Yeah, I love sports. Shows a screenshot of UU Ball. Oh, fuck. Stop! My god. Those Corbats up my ass. Don't you dare. Don't you dare! There we go! That's what I like to see. I hate the snow UU ball. It barely goes anywhere, even if you throw it as hard as physically. Give me the ball! My god! I love how I'm just like, how dare you play the game? Just sit still and let me win. Oh, I got some messages. I'm just going to turn my messages off. There we go. Oh, my character didn't move. He was just stuck. For a brief second. Ah. There we go. My cat is like, why are you not petting me? I don't understand. Oh, fuck. See, Jack, what happens when you're cute and distracting? Oh, that's gonna explode. There it is. That's how my butt feels after I eat too many taquitos. Come on, come on, come on. Give it to me. Give it to me. I deserve it. Oh, there goes the cat trying to get out the door. Oh! That should have counted. I basically got in the goal. Stop it with your damn... Uh-oh. Okay. The Hassie was still bouncing, and I was like, please don't tell me the internet dropped. Please don't tell me the internet dropped. Such a nightmare. I swear, Comcast should give us, like, a refund every month for all the times that the fucking internet goes down. That went in! Shit, that should have counted. Come on, come on. Fucking get in there. Get the fuck in there. The UUs are happy about it. I don't like how they're like in a cage. A little bit scary, if you ask me. Wonder where the cat went. Nope. Hey! Every time I try to fake out that AI, it's just too smart for me. It's like, bitch, I know what you're doing. Keep hitting the corner, the damn goal! Get in there! So angry! Why are we saying Goldtron didn't put in work? No one got another goal. Like, he did a great job. Leave my boy alone. God. I don't know why they play in the dirt. I mean, put some fucking grass on the field. Gross. Dirt. Most of them aren't wearing shoes. How do they decide who gets to wear shoes? Is it like, wait, she is wearing shoes, but her character sprite's not wearing shoes? My god. It would be amazing if the artists could, like, agree with each other on what these characters look like. So that it looks like one cohesive game. Please? Haha, big squirrel. Oh, hi, Bree. Yeah, I don't need consistency. This is Neopets. If I was expecting a high level of, gameplay quality, I'd go somewhere else. Ah, fucking shit. No. No. Come on, last second. Ah! There it is. Alright. I'm ready for more. Show us some different stuff about Haunted Woods, my god. Oh, I'm not moving. Why wasn't I moving? Come on. Not a big fan of the fairy ball. I mean, it's not as infuriating as the Dargon ball, but it's pretty close. I like when the UUs do the little wave at the screen. That's cute. Then I throw them into a metal net. Oh, here comes Jack. He realized he's not getting outside because everyone left. Now he's come back for pets and cuddles. Come on, buddy. There's space. Stop that. It's so weird how, like, Haunted Woods has, like, one of the most aggressive front players, and then just the rest of the team is just a total bunch of, like, pansies. They don't even bother me. Like, Zoe Jr., the Corbat, he's an ass. And, like, the Ushul, this zombie one, kind of near where my character is, the green Grundo, the zombie one is, like, kind of difficult, but besides that, they really don't put up much of a fight. It's mostly coming from Zoe, and I can see where like, they would argue that Haunted Woods has kind of lost their touch. I mean, if you were just taking how the AI perform as, like, canon to the universe. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. Oh, fucking ass cock. You bitch. Come on, Keetra. Aw, Keetra. Hey, leave it alone. Yeah! He's got an arm cannon. I like that. It's like Mega Man. They all a bunch of chumps. Hell yeah. This is a cute little animation. I had a Wraith Drake. That dragon that's black and purple. I had a Wraith Drake for a while. Then I just got bored of it. I was like, this is cool, but I'm not doing anything with the character, so no real need for me to have. Haunted Woods more sounds like Haunted Not Goods. I'd like to imagine that, like, my team is so nice that they're really bad at making, like, what's the word? Trash talking. So they're just like, Haunted Woods sounds like Haunted Not Good. Nailed it. Zombie, more like zombie on the field. Haha, got him. Sela's tail animation is crazy to look at. Look at it. She's like whacking herself in the head with her own tail. Oh, fuck. I was so busy looking at the tail, I didn't realize I had the ball. Oh, fucking give it back. Please. No, give it to me. Nope, 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 nope. Nailed it. Oh, this fucker. Come on. Yes! The robot UU explodes after 10 seconds. The leadership that Weldar Zupenfarb showed today was just what this Virtue Pets team needed to fight their way to a victory in today's match. An excellent showing. I'd like to get to 80 UU ball games. Just showing the same thing for Haunted Woods. They basically put a bomb on the field? Yes. And what's weird is, so, the UU balls in canon are alive. They are pets. They apparently enjoy being thrown around in a ball form on the field. So if they are alive and they are enjoying this and the robot UU explodes, is he just like kind of shooting some fire out of him, or is he straight up self-destructing and dying on the field for the game? I like how the robot UU does the robot. You know, I have a lot of questions about this game. But yeah, there's regular UU, which is the brown one. There's the snow UU, which is cold and does not shoot very far. There's the fire UU, which you can only hold for so long or it will burn you. And it also shoots like halfway across the field when you shoot it. There's the Dargan UU, which goes wherever the fuck it wants. It will literally go backwards when you shoot it. It's completely random. One time I played 3 whole minutes of a game with a Dargan UU and no one got it in the goal. So it was 3 minutes of my life I could never get back. The Fairy UU moves in like a fluttery kind of pattern, like a butterfly, which is fine. It's annoying, but it's fine. And I think the Mutant UU, it, based on like a random calculation, it does like all of the things. The Mutant UU is the green one with spikes coming out of it that rarely shows up on the board, so it's not really a major problem. Plus, you've got like a 1 in 6 chance of it being something normal, so... The robot UU wants death. Yeah, I mean, he's lived a good life. He's had his 10 seconds of fame, literally, and now he's ready to be done. And I can't blame him. You know? They always say, it's better to die a hero than live to become the villain. And I think that's beautiful. My favorite character is Keitra. She's the bunny. She's awesome. I think she's cute. And I don't know if it's Keitra. I'm pretty sure it's Keitra. She has like a little earring in her ear, and you can actually see it on her sprite. And Sela is the squirrel, but I always pronounce it Sela. Keitra and Sela. Why can't they replace the ball with a bombs in actual sport? Well, while I do think that would be interesting to see, I do think some of the players would have a problem with it. Might not be too happy. But I do think it would be cool. What if they did curling, but if you didn't curl fast enough, the curling thing just exploded? Honestly, just think of every sport but with explosions, and it's way more fun. Like ping pong, but after 45 seconds of hitting it back and forth, the ping pong ball explodes. It's just ridiculous to think about. Or, like, could you imagine if they handed you a ping pong ball that was on fire? Like, if they did it Neopia style? Holy moly! I would be so interested! I would be watching sports every single day. Oh, Keitra does not have the earring. It must be Sela. That's Keitra. I like how I'm like, oh, this is like my favorite character and this is why. And then I'm like, wait, I'm wrong. See, the ice ball doesn't go that far and it's really hard to... Come on, you cock. Hey, give it back. You will see that the other players do a lot of, how do I say? They like kind of dig into the ground and there'll be like dust that kicks up and they're super strong like that. I can do that, but I can only do it when like I'm holding the ball or someone else is like holding the ball right near me. Like, and I can't just like do it while I'm just running down the field. Like, it's gotta be like, I don't know. It's a specific move that's difficult to get my mouse to do. Probably easier on the keyboard. But I can do that. And I will if I need to. Sometimes I just don't feel the need to. Yeah, well, I mean, it could even be like Gormball, for example, which was one of the first Neopian sports. Gormball is like, basically, it's like hot potato. And you throw around this ball that's full of water, and then it explodes at some point. And you don't die, you just get covered in water, and everyone laughs at you. And basically, you're supposed to decide how long you're going to hold it before you throw it. So I don't know how it really explodes, if there's like a mechanism in it that triggers it. Never really thought about it much, but that would be a cool sport that could exist. I mean, kids would like to play that. You know, on a hot summer day. And you're like, well, once... I think I just glitched the game. Oh my god, I can't get it to shut off. Oh my god, I glitched the game. So what happened there was... My god, it's so loud. What happened there was... They shot the ball in the last second and got it in the goal. And it played the booing sound for the booing animation. But the animation didn't play, and the animation can't stop if it doesn't play. So... I'm literally just... I can't get it to turn off. I would not be shocked if I refresh the screen and it's still playing. I kind of want to. God. That was really funny. I've never had that happen before. That's such a specific circumstance. I'll probably never see it again, but I'm glad I caught it on camera. Coffee. Alright, 2 more and then we'll switch games. The Haunted Woods might not be what you'd consider an offensive powerhouse, but Zoe Jr., that's the core bat, seems to always find a way to score for the team when they need it. Yeah, he really did at the last second, so that it was going to be eternally booed. That's what I like about these Flash games, is every once in a while you find a really, really weird glitch that, like, you would not have had were it not, like, a 20-year-old Flash game. In this case, this one's 15, but still pretty close. Yeah, see, she has a little earring. It's kind of hard to see with the Mirka on the ground, but it's like right where his nose is. One thing that bothers me also about the sprites, with the shoes and all that is Keetra has a yellow ruff around her neck. In canon, she's a yellow Psy Bunny. And on the sprite, it's white, which would mean she's a white Psy Bunny. So is she white or is she yellow? You decide. Vote now on your phone. See, it's yellow there. Oh shit, I passed it to the other team. See, I did one of the drags to steal the ball from Zoe. God. Those people were so mad about how bad I did that they were just like, we're gonna boo you all the way home. We're gonna follow you while you leave the stadium. I know, like, my God. Oh, you whores. Oh, it's over already? Really? That was a fast 3 minutes. I thought that was only 2. Huh. Alright, one more, and then we'll switch gears. We'll play some Slushie Slinger, especially because that's the extra points game today. I like the 2 announcers. Some people ship the announcers together. Of course they do. Everything must be shipped. Ship the fucking UUs together. Just do it. Do it for God, and do it for yourself. Before my first Altador Cup stream, I will be honest, I went on AO3 and I read some Altador Cup /ship. Because I was just curious. I knew it was out there, but I had never read it because I don't really care about these characters' lives. They are just sprites to me. They are, you know, maybe it's because I don't really care about sports to begin with. Like, there's only a few sports I care about, and I don't care about, like, the culture of sports. I just care about watching a fun game and then being done with it. Sort of like if you watched YouTubers, but you, like, didn't really know any of their names and you didn't care. Like, you didn't care if you watched Markiplier or Video Game Boy 69 or whatever. Like, you didn't care. You just watched the game and you're done with it. That's how I watch sports. Like, I like basketball. I don't like playing baseball, but I will watch baseball. Trying to think if there's any others. I hate football, to be honest. Which is a bummer, because my brother's a football player, and I've gone to his football games for him, and I'm interested when it's him. But I'm not really interested in watching football, because I don't ever know what's going on. Hockey and soccer are fine. I mean, they're basically the same as most other games. Get the thing, and that's fine. There's another sport I like, but I can't think of it. Whatever, it doesn't matter. The point is, I'm not invested in, like, the teams. I don't care who wins. Like, some people will be like, oh, yeah, I know, Brad football guy, and... Brad football guy, the proverbial football player. That's what they're all named now. And, he's got a really great personality, and he's really talented, and he's got, 360 touchdowns this year, and I think it's going to be really great, and he had 25 assists or whatever. I don't care. Brad football guy is the same to me as everyone else. They're just... I just realized the Drake isn't properly animated. Look at that. He just kind of like floats around and his feet twitch a little bit, but he's not actually walking. And that's not how all Drakes are. Like, the other Drakes in the game walk perfectly fine. Brad football guy really carried the game this year. Yeah, and I thought it was weird how they let him play for every one of the teams. I mean, everywhere I go, Brad football guy, he's there. He's just amazing. Alright, Slushie Slinger time. Let's hope I don't, slam my head into a wall. I hope my headset didn't come out. I just realized when I picked it up, it slipped out a little bit. Oh, I'm already bored. So, interestingly enough, this game, I came up with a strategy last night to keep myself interested. And I managed to play 15 games, something like that. I put on Game Grumps, which is one of my favorite YouTube channels. And then I put my Switch in my lap. And I put on Animal Crossing. And I put Slushie Slinger on, and I would let, like, 7 or 8 characters populate onto the screen. And then I would feed them all really fast and clear the screen. And then I would wait for, like, 6 or 7 more to come back. And I would just, like, pick up shells and shit in Animal Crossing. Like, anything that I could just do while I was waiting. Another thing I was doing was, like, feeding all one row, and then just leaving my character at the end of the row so they could give all their trash back. And then feeding another row and clearing the rows like that. That was also working. Oh, fuck. Wrong. Oh, my cat has now decided that he's so mad at me, he's going to roll over and face away from me so he doesn't have to look at my face. You had to add on more things to make this game more interesting. I absolutely did. There's not even music. Like, they could easily put music over this. Even if they just put the Yu-Yu Ball music in the background, music that's already made. Oh, I'm already at 300 points. I don't need any more. We should check and see, let me refresh the tracker so we can see how good I'm doing. This one. The lack of music gives it some weird energy. Yeah, it's like, welcome to the fucking void. I hope you like slushies. Okay, so I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, I made like 33% progress towards rank 8. Not too bad. Alright, now I gotta wait for it to load again. I like the Piofin's animation. He's like, grrr, I'm a scary. Grrr, and he's like got his little claws up. He's like, grrr, give me my slushie. And then you give him the slushie and he's like, oh, okay, thank you. It's like the no talk me I angy thing. Wait, why do I keep going up to the middle? I'm not doing that. I am not doing that. What's going on? Oh, it's fixed now. I don't know. I don't know what that was. It just kept shooting me back up to the middle for no reason. Look at the Nemo, his eyes turn green like he's fucking Loki. And then, boom, now he happy. There have been a lot of people streaming Altador Cup. I thought there was going to be like one other Neopets streamer. There's like 6 different people streaming Altador Cup right now, and they're doing it like every day. First of all, Godspeed to them. Because I would not do this every day. First of all, I would not stream every day, because I got other shit to do. I'm just interested in other shit. Like, for example, even stuff I like. Kyle and I were watching an anime that I really liked, and while I was down there, we watched like 30 episodes of it. And then I was like, I think I need a break. And he thought I meant for like 30 minutes. No, I meant for like 4 months. And I was like, we'll watch it next time I come down. He's like, what are you talking about? You're still here. You're still here for a couple days. And I'm like, we'll watch it next time we come down. Like, I can't do the same thing for too long. Sometimes I could do the same thing for way too long, but that's uncommon. That's why I switch games like every 5 to 10 games also. I've always done that. I just gotta mix it up, keep the body guessing. That's why I like games where you do many things. Like Animal Crossing, you can do many things. So it's like, even though you're playing Animal Crossing, you're not always doing the same thing. That's why I used to like Neopets too. I mean, I still like Neopets, but like when I was a kid, that was what appealed to me, was that there were so many things to do on Neopets. Why would you ever need to go to another fucking website? Neopets was everything. Neopets is everything. Neopets is love. Neopets is life. Neopets will take me into the hive mind. Oh, fuck. I like how the Ogren in the middle, the yellow Ogren, doesn't have... Here's another one. No slurp animation. He's just sitting completely still. The other people have slurp animations. Like the Nemo's got one, the Tona's got one. Fiofin's got one. But none for the Ogren. And it's not like it's broken either. because he never had animation. I've been playing this game for a long time. He never had animation. I'll play one game until I finish it, but then I also like Animal Crossing, so I don't know. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of games this year that don't have an end, or like take a very long time to finish. And last year I played a lot of shorter games. Like, I mean, like, you know, like 30-hour games, like not too bad. And so that's kind of what's been stopping me from finishing things. So, you know, like, I've been kind of wrestling with the fact that, like, last year I finished, like, 25 games, and it was, like, the most I'd ever done, and I was really proud of myself for, like, punching the backlog right in the taint. Oh, I'm already at 300. Of course, I bought a pack of 1,700 games from Itch, so I don't know if I'll ever be able to punch the backlog in the taint ever again. But yeah, like, I've been enjoying my time, so, like, I'm trying not to be too hard on myself. Because, like, I'm one of those people that, like, no matter what I'm doing, it's always gotta be, like, productive. Like, even when I go on Neopets anymore, I can't just, like, go on Neopets and just do whatever, like, my heart tells me. There's gotta be, like, a goal. Or, like, steps I'm taking. So it's like, I'm gonna do my dailies, and then I'm gonna stock my shop, and then I'm gonna read the boards, or whatever. Even if it's just, like, I am just gonna browse, like, I gotta make a plan to do that. Because I'm just an adult now, and, like, all my time has value. Whereas when I was a kid, it just seemed like I had forever, and I could do whatever. Now I'm like an adult, and I've got I've got an hour and a half to play Neopets. What am I going to do with that hour and a half? So, I guess that's just part of growing up. And, like, some things I kind of have, like a rhythm. Like Animal Crossing, I go in and I, like, go get my bonus miles. I read my mail. If I need to get money out of the thing, I'll get money out of the thing, because I put a lot of stuff in the drop box at night. Like, I'll go and shake all my trees, like every single tree on the island, and sell stuff. And I sell a lot of wasps, because I've gotten really good at farming for wasps, and they're pretty good money. I mean, it's not tarantula money, but it's money. And I'll go to the shops, and I'll spend like 3 hours in the clothing shop. And I'll do Nook shopping and stuff, and then, like, I kind of give myself, like, a little bit of free reign to be like, okay, what am I going to do next? And then I'll make a decision based on, like, what is going on that day. But, like, whenever I go in, I kind of have that rhythm where, sorry. Whenever I go and play Animal Crossing, I kind of have that rhythm where at least I start with, like, a plan and a structure. Well, I get distracted a lot in Animal Crossing. Like, I'll be doing something, and then I'll be like, ooh, fish. And in my brain, I'm like, you've caught all the unique fish for this season. There's nothing left for you. But my brain's like, ooh, fish friend, pick up, put in bag, take to Blathers. And then Blathers is like, you already gave me this, dumbass. And then I'm like, ooh, put in house, new friend. And then I put a fish in my house, and then I've got like 30 fish. Oh, I'm done, thank God. The counter on the side is not refreshing, so I'm at 59. That's what I thought. One more. Yeah, I'm pretty much the same in Animal Crossing. Yeah. I don't know how anyone's, like, done with their island. I introduced a friend to Animal Crossing who, like, that's, like, all she plays now. of course, like, she doesn't have a job, because, so she's, like, trying to come to America, and she came on a trip to get married to her fiancé, but then coronavirus came, so she doesn't have, like, I guess, like, citizenship or a green card, whichever one comes from marriage. I don't think it's citizenship. I think you still have to become a citizen after you get the green card. But she doesn't have it yet. So it's not like she can get a job. She's technically overstayed her visa, but she's not allowed to go back to France. Like, so, like, there's a lot of situations like that with, like, international people who can't go back home right now. So yeah, she's just basically got all this free time now because she's just stuck in America for an indefinite amount of time. So she's played a lot of Animal Crossing since I showed it to her, and she does all this amazing stuff with her island, but she's redone her island like 3 times. I don't know if she completely reset or if she just like leveled the place and remade it. But I'm like, dude, I haven't even gotten my 4th star yet, and I've been working for like, I work really hard on my island. I don't know if I'm just not efficient about it, or what. I get distracted a lot. Like, I'll be busy doing something, and then I'll be like, ooh, butterfly, butterfly, and my brain's like, we already have that butterfly. We have 20 butterflies just like that butterfly in our pocket right now. But my brain's like, friend, butterfly, and I just chase after it like a fucking 2-year-old, like a big-headed 2-year-old with a star-shaped net. And I love it. Like, honestly, you know what? Fuck yeah. I'm literally like the animation of the villagers when one of them is singing and then like a bug passes by, and as they're singing they start to turn and look, and then they get distracted and stop singing and start chasing after that. That's me. Well, the good thing is I wanted to get the Animal Crossing Companion Guide, which has been sold out since it first printed, and they're printing more copies, so there's like pre-orders for it, and I might get it. But someone shared, someone shared the pages that explain how the algorithm calculates your stars. So basically, there's these squares that you can't see. I'm sure you know, based on how you move items. There's like a grid that you can't see all over the island, and there's like tiles. So based on each 8x8 tile square, you are graded. So take an 8x8 tile square in the top left corner, take the next 8x8 square, the next 8x8 square, the next one, all throughout the island. And you're graded in each 8x8 square. And you're graded based by how many pieces of furniture you have, and if those pieces are unique or not. So if you don't have unique furniture, like let's say you have 4 of the same chair, and then a table or whatever, it's like the multiplier goes down a little bit. It's not too bad. I'm not saying don't use the same furniture. I use some of the same furniture. But it just decreases a little bit. And so you have like points times by you have points for each piece of furniture, and then it's times by this multiplier, and it gives you this entire math equation that you can literally do it for yourself if you want and see how many points you have. And so that's how it's calculated on the back end. And by figuring that out, it kind of gave me an idea of like what else I needed to do, because even though I'm not calculating it out myself, I looked around on my island and I was like, oh, I see. There's like a space here. There's like a space here. I could put something in this empty space. And it gave me kind of an idea of how much more furniture I needed to add. And then I'll just do it in my own way. So you don't need to cover like every inch of the island, but generally in most spots there should be something. And like, you know, if you have an area that's really loaded up with furniture, that will help you get more points, but you know, if it's not unique furniture, the points that you get will be, you know, kind of go down a little bit. I can share a link with you actually, since I'm super nice. I will copy this link and I will put it on the Twitch chat. I'll open a new Google Chrome so you don't have to see it. Twitch. Oh wait, here's the chat right here. So here's one. And it might look kind of small, but the picture's actually really big. You just have to zoom in on the text. And there's two. And it goes like all into it. But and also if you talk to Isabel right after adding a whole bunch of furniture, she will say to you like, residents really liked it more than last time. So I started to get that. So I think I'm starting to head towards my 4th star now. So it's just good to have like kind of direction with what I was doing. I'm still gonna do my own thing, but I think it's good to know these things. Okay. That was my last game, right? I think it was. You're welcome. I actually found it in the comments of a game guide. In the comments of a game guide, which no one usually comments on game guides half the time. But thank God I looked down there, because otherwise I wouldn't have found that, and I would have had to wait until I got my companion guide to be able to share this information with the world. Because that was actually, it was more information than any of the guides had, that was for sure. Oh, Jack jumped up. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Jackie. Hi, baby. Hi, baby boy. So this is Make Some Noise, and this is the game. Can he go all the way? My brother has been coming up to Jack, petting his tummy, and then mumbling to himself, "You're so handsome, Jackie. Yes, you're so handsome." And I'm like, that is so cute. Jack wants to know some Animal Crossing info. I want to make Jack as an Animal Crossing villager, but he would not be like one of the tiny skinny cats. He would be a chunky boy. Big chunky boy. And he would have like a t-shirt that like is barely fitting him, like really tight. So all I have to do is get 3,000 for this. So that is what I am doing. I like how they really intricately animated this small group of Neopets, but then there's just brown dots in the background. No one else gets animated. They didn't even do silhouettes. They could have did silhouettes, but they just did brown fucking dots. Like, look at that. It looks like they're underground in a Dig Dug level. I don't know, I'll do like 20 of these maybe. Something like that. I like how he's wearing a little Virtupets tank top. I think that's cute. And that does change based on whatever team you're in. It's not like he just votes for my team. brown dots like the original Punch-Out audience. I didn't even think about that. I guess you're right. I'd like to know where everyone got their matching togas to wear in the crowd. Like, is there a toga emporium down the street? That guy painted an Altador sun on his stomach. That Ushul in the front, who's like barely above the ledge. I understand that. I feel that. I was still asking for the booster seat at the movie theater at like age 12. I haven't gotten any taller since then. I've just gotten over myself. I just realized, above the blue Kachik, to the left of my blue Techo guy, I will show before I start pressing the buttons. There is a green Gellert. Okay, so there's this green frog guy, and there's this yellow Bloomaroo, and then there's this green Gellert here. He makes the craziest face. He'll make like a normal face, and then he'll like stick his tongue out and pop his eyes out of his head, but then he'll pull it back in. Watch. What is that? Why is he doing that? Look, even zoomed out, he's still doing it. He's like, ha, look at my tongue, bitch. That's so weird. I've never noticed that. I've always looked at like the Shoiru, the Tyrannian Shoiru in the background, and the Halloween Kyrie that's holding the goblet. I've seen the Zafara waving their big long arms, but I've never looked at the Gellert's face. Oh god, I gotta pick the traffic lights. Okay, there we go. I noticed they're doing a weird thing now with the Google Captchas. Where they're putting like staticky TV fuzz over the pictures. Because I guess AI is getting so much better and like cheaper to make. So like maybe I guess the bots are getting better at like finding the cars or whatever. So they're putting the dots over it to kind of fuzz it. So you can still see it, but I guess it would be harder for like a computer to make out the shape. And I thought that was interesting. That the first time I saw that was a couple days ago when I was playing Altador Cup. And I've never seen that before. I don't know when they started to do it. But, you know, just something interesting I noticed as a computer person. One thing that freaks me out that I saw on Twitter is traffic lights are fucking huge. I thought traffic lights were like the size of maybe like a baseball bat. Like you could hold it in your hands. They're like the size of a human fucking person. Like they're like a 5 foot tall, like 5'5" even, like a lady. Like someone took a traffic light down and they were standing next to it and it was like up to their nose. It was huge. And that's so shocking. I guess because they're up high and we usually only see them for a short period of time, we don't realize how big they are. But that's just so crazy. And everyone else was saying the same thing. Like, that's just wild that they're so big. God. The world is so full of wonderful things that you can learn all the time. The other day I was watching Game Grumps. I always learn weird stuff from Game Grumps. But, I learned that the closest cousin that dogs and wolves have are bears. Because I guess, and this is like hundreds of thousands of years ago, the wolf, like, split off evolutionarily into, like, dogs and, like, bears. So, like, that's why, I guess bears, I never really thought about it, they kind of look like puppies in the face. And, again, I mean, like, obviously they turned into different animals, but it's just like how, like, dinosaurs were related to, like, fish, because everything came out of the water. And birds are, like, the closest thing related to dinosaurs, from that time. OMG, I'm looking at traffic lights next to people. They are massive. They are! I'm gonna, you know what, I'm gonna traffic light next to person. I'm gonna show it on stream. So, here's a lady next to a traffic light. Oh, it's not gonna show it full? Alright, I'll make it bigger. Yeah, here's a lady next to a traffic light. Pretty big. Pretty big. There's a school bus also. Here's another traffic light. Oh, I guess it's on the same... Yeah. Here's two girls next to a traffic light. Depends on the light, also. Here's a guy next to a traffic light. I guess he's the traffic light emporium maker. I don't know. But yeah, very fascinating stuff. They're fucking huge. It's wild to think about. I mean, like, I guess now that I'm seeing this picture of a guy, working on a traffic light, I guess it makes sense. Oh, I guess you're not gonna show me the actual picture? You're just gonna show me a fucking Reddit thread? There we go. Now I got it. I got the link. Yeah, now that I see this guy next to a traffic light, I guess it fucking makes sense, but I've never seen a guy fixing a traffic light, because I guess they usually shut the street down, because the traffic light's broken. So why would the street be, you know? So, yeah, just the more you know. And bears are related to dogs and all that fun kind of shit. I also learned that, on Titan, it's this moon. It's Titan, right? Yeah. It's this moon of Jupiter? I've already forgotten what Titan is the moon of. Titan is the moon of which planet? Saturn. Wow. Anyway, it has lakes and stuff that are liquid, but the lakes are all full of gas. And I don't mean gas that I just said they were liquid. I mean natural gas, like you could put it in a fucking car and drive. And my immediate thought was, grab a mug, take a sippy. Because I've been taking an astronomy class over the summer. A short little astronomy class. This was very fun. And I learned a lot of interesting things like that. And I'm gonna drink the moon gas. I don't know why my immediate thought is like, I'm going to drink that or I'm going to eat that whenever there's something that is like clearly deadly to me. I probably should not have survived this long. There's a song that Bill Wirtz on YouTube wrote. It's called "The Moon is Made of Cheese," parentheses, but I can't taste it. And the lyrics go, "The moon is made of cheese," parentheses, but I can't taste it. parentheses. But I like the way the texture feels when I lick the surface. And like, what a fucking mood. God, that Gellert is terrifying. I'm gonna refresh real quick because I want to see. Okay, yeah, I just need one more. It was weird that it was saying 18. I was like, I don't think it's 18. Caw, 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 caw. I'm a bird. Caw, caw. Alrighty. That was number 20. Now we go to Shootout Showdown. I should probably check and see how far I'm getting now that I've made some significant progress. Okay. About halfway to rank 8 now. That's pretty good. Not too bad. I am going to blast through like 50 fucking Shootout Showdown games right now. And I'm going to show you how. There's one. Oh. Sorry, that's my premium charm. There's 2. Oh my god, my premium charm just went off again. Doesn't usually go off 2 times in a row. Alrighty, there's 3. Oh, fuck. See how fast this goes? Amazing that they don't have captures on this game. I mean, make some noise, at least take some time in between. It's really easy to just do like 600 of these just sitting here. That's how I got to 3,600 on this before. I mean, it did take a long time, but I was basically just watching entire Dr. Phil episodes and playing this the entire time. Very hard game, yes. Very difficult. What I hate is when I get into a rhythm, shooting and getting like a goal on the... See, now it's gonna happen. And he's blocking my balls. Thank you for, doing that for me, Mr. Chia, so that I could give an example. Or mixed... Let's go with mixed Chia, because I feel like that Chia is genderless. I mean, if you're made out of Jello brand gelatin, do you have genitals? Probably not. If someone fashioned you a Jello dick, I'm very concerned. Can I say that? It's not sexual, it's just genitals. Twitch, if I'm not allowed to say that, I'm sorry, this video will be down in 14 days, so you won't have to worry about it. And I will upload it to YouTube where they will not censor me. Look, there's 25 already. I told you I could get through 50 of these. Oh, fuck. It's even better when you position the mouse right on the restart game button so you can just... Oh, fuck. I got too overzealous and I hit the end game button before I was done. And I don't even think most people know that you can do this tab thing. It's just something I thought of while I was playing. And like the whole tab thing doesn't work and makes some noise, but it does work in this game, which is nice. I don't know, maybe someone else found out about it. But I didn't like read it from a guide or anywhere, I just did it on my own. I was doing 2 goals every time, just to be sure that my scores were sending, but I got really lazy. Pressing tab in Flash games is powerful. Yeah, it doesn't work in all of them, but it does work in some Flash games. I like how you hear the crowd screaming in the background, and it's like, it's almost like when you hear like a whoosh, and then you like put your hands on your ears and take them off really fast, and it's like whoosh, 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 whoosh. But that's the crowd like coming in and out as I'm restarting the game and starting it again. Oh, I'm almost at 50. I didn't even realize. That's why people are like, oh, you played 3,000 of them? Like, if I did this for an hour, I'd probably hit 3,000. But there are limits for daily play counts for all of these games, so I do try and mix it up. Plus, it's only worth 1 point each time, so like I do like to play like Yu-Yu Ball is 12 points if you win. It's 4 points if you draw, but I never submit draws. And I don't know why you would submit losses, that's just dumb. Slushie Slinger is 6 points, Make Some Noise and Shootout Showdown are 1 each, so. Alright, we're gonna go back to Yu-Yu Ball, because it's probably not very fun to watch me do that. But it did take me down 50 points. Ooh! Ooh, look at this. I only need 10 more games of Yu-Yu Ball. So this looks like a lot, but what these numbers mean is if you only played Yu-Yu Ball to get to the next rank, you need 10 games. If you only played Slushie Slinger, you need 19. If you only played Make Some Noise, you need 110, based on the points. So I don't have to play a bajillion of these. I don't have to play all these numbers added up. It's just mix and match however I want. So I will play 5 more games of Yu-Yu Ball. That is what I will do. Maybe 10. Who knows? We'll see how I feel. Yeah, they're very talented. That other crowd didn't know how to act. They kept booing and they weren't supposed to anymore. Like, we get it. You're disappointed in me. Ah! He keeps walking around the ball. I did dress up my Neopet like a Virtupets player. I should show that after this game's over. I have many Neopets, but one of my Neopets is a robot Bori, which is like a little robot armadillo. His name is Duno. He's one of my favorite pets. He's the first pet I adopted from someone else, and I've kept him all this time. It's been years. And he's one of my favorite pets in the entire world. He also has a really cool story. And I dressed him up as a Virtupets player because I thought it would look cool because he's a robot. And also he's just a cutie pie, and I wanted to change his little outfit, so that's what I made him into. That's the end of that story. He's really cool. His name, it is actually, I don't know what to call you. D-U-N-O, and I named him Duno. And it stands for the Defense and Universal Notation OS operating system. Also called Dunobot, or just Duno. And he's really cool. He's this robot that was made by someone on Virtupets, but his memory banks were corrupted, and he doesn't know like what his purpose was. And he has sort of the the mind of like a 16 or a 17-year-old, like a naive 16 or 17-year-old. He's very smart in some things, but not in other things because he doesn't like have any street smarts. So I'll show him. He's like, I'm basically like his dad. So that's a picture of him, and another picture of him someone drew. And I'll show the little outfit that I put him in. Why won't it zoom in? Why won't it zoom in? Zoom, bitch! There he is! He baby! Yay! He baby! I love him. That's my boy. See how cute it is? I give him the little thing and all. I bought that for $1.50. The little Yu-Yu ball throwy thing. But he's so cute. It's hard to dress up a robot boy too, because you gotta make sure that you don't, so his actual, the item that covers his chest to his legs, the casing, that's actually off, and shirt and pants are over top that. But when I put stuff on him, I can't put any hats on him because it'll take his whole head off. And I can't put anything that'll take his tail off because it looks weird. So yeah, it's a little bit difficult dressing him up, but he does come out cute every single time. But yeah, he's always kind of wondering what he was made for because he has like 46 different language banks programmed into him, but he also has like tactical systems and stuff that have been removed. Like in the story, Ash the human, who lives with like this commune of Neopets, basically. Like we're all like friends, and we have like collective living, because we all came from different walks of life and then like came together. And some of the pets consider each other to be siblings, and others are like, those are my friends that I live with, like roommates. So it all depends on the individual relationships with people, because none of them are actually related. They're all from different like worlds and walks of life and stuff, but they've just come together. So like CK considers herself to be Gray's older sister, even though they are not related. CK was born on Virtue Pets and Gray was born in Neopia Central. They're two different species completely, and Gray was abandoned by her owner, and CK doesn't know. CK was an orphan, so different types of things like that. Also, most of my Neopets are gay. That's besides the point. Duno considers Ash the human, myself, but in the story, to be a father figure. And Ash the human is also like his repairman. So I removed like any weapons systems because Duno is like a pacifist. He's very diplomatic. He's always trying to like get people to, like, if they're fighting, to kind of calm down. He likes cooking. He likes taking care of people. He likes gardening. He's just like all around like a very sweet person. And that's one thing I like about Duno too, is he doesn't have any knowledge of like what is expected of what we would call, I guess, living beings. Where he is more of a he's a robot, and he has sentience that he's achieved, but he considers himself different. Even though he wants to be the same as other people, he understands that people see him as different, and that in some ways he is different. Even though he wants to be considered the same, he understands there is differences there. He doesn't have any mindset of like gender roles or anything, so like he doesn't care if like gardening is considered effeminate or whatever. He loves to play chess because it's one of the only games that he has to play thinking about his moves and stuff, whereas other games, he just has such good reflexes because he is a computer that, like, if he plays Mario or whatever, there's not much thinking involved for him. In some of the universes, because I have multiple universes for my pets, in some of the universes he has a relationship with my dragon. who is not a robot, and so they have a very interesting dynamic between them. But Duno can do a lot of cool things, like he can play video games in his head while he's talking to you, or he can like watch YouTube videos in his head while he's in like sleep mode or whatever. Different types of things like that. So he wonders about his past, but more so he wonders about who he is right now. He more of wonders about his past in how is it going to affect who I am in this moment. And like what happened was when I first started writing him as a character, he very much talked robotically. He very much acted robotically. But as I continued to explore him, it's almost like his character grew as I wrote more stories about him. And he started to experience different emotions. Like he can experience happiness because that is like basically like processes successfully completing and like, yay, 100%, you fulfilled this task that you needed to do. So he started to understand happiness, and then he started to understand frustration because it's like processes not being completed, processes being completed unsuccessfully, things like that. And so he slowly started to get more and more, as he got more experience as like a person, his emotions developed more. And so that's why I really like Duno. You can tell he's one of my favorites because instead of just showing a fucking picture of him, I went into a whole scenario about him. I did show the picture, but he's awesome. And he's just like a sweet guy. Like everything about him is good. He's nice. He cares about people. Like I said, he loves taking care of people. And like he knows that people will always see him as different, and like people are just gonna see him as like a robot and as like not like a person. But you know, as long as the people around him care about him, then that's like good enough for him. Like, you know, that's all he could want for, and like that is so fucking wholesome. Okay, I love him. Godspeed. I'm like so embarrassed now that I went on a rant, but at the same time I'm like, no, shut it, Duno's wonderful. And like, so I actually have another android character who is like way more modern than Duno. So at the end of CK's origin story, there's actually like a whole universe that connects these pets. Even though they're not like related, a lot of them knew each other, but they don't know that they knew each other. So CK lived on Virtue Pets and she was abandoned. She was an orphan and she lived on the streets and she had to do what she had to do to survive. So steal and all of that. And because of that, Sloth, who was the dictator at the time of Virtue Pets, was always trying to like put her in prison and stuff like that. She also befriended, coincidentally, some of the Grundos of the Resistance that were trying to overthrow Sloth. In this scenario, they also kind of run like food banks and stuff within the community. So they would like give her food and stuff. So of course she was spending time with them because she was hungry. She becomes friends with the leader, Iflarb, and he's always trying to like rope her into like joining for real and like helping them. And she's like, no, I don't do that. I'm just here for like, you know, hanging out. Like I'm not a part of this, whatever you're doing. But towards the end of her story, she decides to work with them on this mission that they're performing. So this mission, they were trying to steal a weapon from Dr. Sloth called the EMF-1 pod. And the EMF-1 pod was like basically Duno, but looks completely like a normal Neopet. Looks like a yellow Kashyyyk, but then like she can like pop out like digital wings, which do not look normal, but she doesn't normally have those out. Looks like a harmless Kashyyyk girl, and the idea was to create like this double agent weapon that could go in, infiltrate operate as a spy, and then, like, she's literally got, like, she could go Mega Man, pop out a cannon out of her arms and stuff like that. So you send in this double agent, and then you can also have her be, like, a one-man army at the same time. So that was what the AMP-1 pod was created for, and she was created with, like, 70 language banks, so she was better than Duno. CK and the Grundos of the Resistance wanted to steal her. And in this whole failed mission, Eflarb basically dies. It's all implied that he goes missing, but he's dead. I just couldn't say that on Neopets when it got posted in the Times. Eflarb dies, and he asks CK to run the Resistance from then on, and she says no, she won't do it, because at the time, she's still so messed up from being abandoned and, like, not really having a place and being hated by people and stuff like that. You know, she also has this hatred for authority, even if the authority figure is herself. She just doesn't like authority. Like, I guess an anarchist would be, like, the word you're looking for. So she tells him no, and then she runs. And then, coincidentally, shortly after that, ends up running into Ash the human. But so later, the AMP-1 pod ends up coming to Neopia because she's on the run after Dr. Sloth gets overthrown and the Grundos of the Resistance take over and become the new democratic government. She's on the run because they want to take her and lock her up or dismantle her. So she, like, pretty much just goes, like, wandering, and she takes on many, like, different identities. Like, one day she'll be like, yeah, my name's Adam or whatever, and then the next day she'll be like, my name's Amy. But she just basically goes and, like, tries to keep moving so that no one can find her. So I have two robot characters, two different types of robots. You've got the domestic, less modern robot who just wants love, and then you've got the more modern robot who looks just like a regular person walking around and basically performing mercenary work so that she can stay out of trouble. Two very different kinds of people. There are two wolves inside of you. One of them is a Neopet. The other is a Neopet. You are gay. What's interesting is, like I said, I have this extended universe, so when Amphipod, Amy, Adam, the Amph-1 pod, starts traveling, she ends up meeting a girl named Sav. And Sav is another one of my characters. Sav is a girl with post-traumatic stress disorder because her brother mysteriously disappeared after he was protecting her from, like, a gang of, like, criminals. I haven't really figured out what type of criminals they are, but basically these criminals were gonna hurt her, and he, like, steps in and he's like, run, and then she never sees him again. So, like, this happens to her when she's a little girl, and then, like, she just becomes obsessed with finding him. So that's a mystery story. And she teams up with Amy to go on, like, a detective mystery and find her brother. And find out, is he still alive or whatever. So yeah, there's lots of different dynamics with my characters. And then there's a universe that's disconnected from that. There's the whole Majin universe, and that spans, like, fucking 4 worlds. It starts off in a small city that I created called Osla, which is on the border of Brightville and Meridel. And it like basically operated as a city-state, separate from the two governments, but it supported the two governments. And so basically the mages are these people who they discovered that everyone has this, like, magical essence inside of them. And the magical essence is, like, it's like almost kind of like DNA, but it holds magic in it. And so they figured out that if you take a piece of this out of your body, you can harness it in the real world, in the physical world, as magic. So they take out a piece and it looks like a gemstone, and it's called a shard of your essence. And they usually put it on like a necklace or like on a keychain or something they can keep on their body at all times. But here's the thing, that's still part of your essence. And even though it's out of your body, if you have that destroyed, you're destroying part of your essence, which is like part of your life force. So this becomes part of their like whole society, basically. They train people to be healers. They train people to be like in the army. They also have like more practical uses for like things where it's like not all about fighting, but it becomes like basically part of their whole society. And like 70% of people are practicing mages. Most of the people who aren't are children. And so what ends up happening is when the war against Meridel, when Dargan comes down and attacks Meridel, they attack Osla, and they try and like kidnap the mages and like kill them and wipe them out, basically. So like a lot of the mages go into hiding, or they decide, you know what, this is a bad idea. This is dangerous. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to hide that I ever was a mage and just pretend I know nothing about it, and then no one will come and try and hurt us again like they did before. So like all the mages pretty much, like, instead of 70% of the city being mages, it goes down to like 5% of the city. And like people who are mages, like they really try not to draw attention to themselves either. That being said, that is where Nathaniel, one of my other favorite characters, his story begins. He lives with Arthur, who is his father's friend. His father went off to be a part of the Meridel army because he was such a patriot and he was so loyal to Meridel. No, he was not. What his father really did was, his mother went missing during the war. His father's trying to find his mother, and he thought if he joined the Meridel army, he could possibly find information about what happened to a lot of the missing mages. It is hard being a mage, yes. So he disappears, and the thing is, that's fine and all, but Arthur is telling Nathaniel this entire time that he's communicating with the dad, and the dad stops communicating after a couple of years. They don't hear from him anymore, so now he's gone, they're both gone. Nathaniel's got no parents. And Arthur, who becomes like his father figure, has been lying to him. And then he also finds out, of course, that he's related to mages. His parents were both mages, and Arthur's a mage, and Arthur and his parents trained together as children, as child mages. So Arthur's also a mage. And Nathaniel's obviously pissed, and he's like, basically the only way you can make this up to me is if you train me to be a mage. And Arthur's like, I'm not going to do that because you're going to go missing too. This is crazy. No one should be doing this. And it's a whole long thing, but eventually he convinces him, like, look, I'm going to go do this anyway. So either you're going to be a part of it, or I'm going to hate you forever. And Arthur's like, this is basically my surrogate son. I don't want him to hate me forever. So he trains him. Arthur was a healer. He was a medic. No, he was not a medic. He was an engineer. That's right. So an engineer is someone who specifically specializes in mage and weapons. So he creates all types of things. But he was also trained in like defensive protection stuff also, just in case of war. So he actually like creates a staff for Nathaniel, which is what Nathaniel mostly uses. because Arthur used a staff, and that was one of the first things that Nathaniel trained with, and he really liked using the staff. He also uses a sword sometimes, which he also carries with him. And the cool thing about mage and weapons is, like, designing them in my head. So, like, they have, like, guns, and you take your shard and you put it in the gun, and then it becomes a magic gun. They have, like, hilts for blades, and then you put your shard in the hilt, and then it becomes a magic blade. They have, you know, the staff, and you put your shard in there, and then it becomes a magic staff, etc., and so forth. There's people who are archers, like Evie Dexhart. One of my other characters is an archer, and she's one of those branching storylines. She's one of the reasons that Nathaniel finds out that he's a mage, and while she's heading on her way to Brightvale. Yes, it is very useful. You know, as long as it doesn't get destroyed and then you heckin' die. So Nathaniel, after he trains, he has this, like, tearful goodbye with Arthur, and of course, also there's a Majan language that I've, like, written parts of when they speak to each other in Majan, because, they do all the spells in Majan and stuff. He says, like, "I'll see you again, Dad," to Arthur, and it's, like, a very tearful moment. Very cute. And he goes to Meridel to join the army, just like his dad did, because, you know, if it didn't work one time, you might as well do it a second time, you know? So, Evie, I'll get back to Nathaniel in a second. Evie was passing through Osla on her way to Brightvale because she got kicked the hell out of Meridel. They were like, "We do not want you here." Because she was doing crimes. She was Arthur's trainee. She was Arthur's only trainee he had before the war. Before Nathaniel, of course. And she's an archer. She does all, like, bows and arrows and stuff, and that's really cool. But of course, it's interesting because she's a Dargan walkie, and, like, Dargans are, like, the mortal enemy of mages, so she's, like, not welcome anywhere. And she ends up going to Brightvale, because she's not welcome in Meridel, and it's the next closest place, but she ends up finding a group of mages that are functioning as if Majan society had never fallen. And they're living in literal, like, underground bunkers where they formed a Majan guild, which a Majan guild is like a militia. And there's ranks and stuff, and they have an engineer, and they have, like, a leader and everything. And they're just acting as if everything's fine. And this kid, Alior, he's, like, this 15-year-old kid. He was adopted by the leader of the Brightvale Guild. Well, he doesn't even know about the war. He doesn't know there was a war. He thinks the mages are the greatest people that were ever born. You know, he speaks and reads and writes in Majan, and, like, he's the head engineer, even though he's only 15, at the guild and all, and he just doesn't even know, like, about the outside world. So he meets Evie, who's, like, when she was a child, all this shit went down, and she's all jaded about it, and he's like, "I don't understand. Why wouldn't you like being a mage? It's one of the greatest things that could ever happen to you." And she's just like, "Oh, sweet summer child." So, that's that side. Then there's Nathaniel. He ends up going to Meridel, and his story is 3 parts. So there's light, neutrality, and darkness, and neutrality is the second story, which is when he ends up in Meridel. He ends up moving up in the ranks because he's so talented, and becoming the royal knight, because Arian, who is about to be crowned the king of Meridel, her grandfather passed away, and they said when she's 18, she's going to be the king of Meridel. But of course, she knows that like all her advisors are trying to like kill her, because of course they want power. It's just like that Bill Wirtz video, The History of Japan. It's like, yeah, you're not going to be the emperor, because it's going to be me, because we're adults, and you're a kid, and we're better than you. So she doesn't trust anyone, and especially the army. She doesn't trust the army. And they want her to pick a royal knight, because every king has had a royal knight who protects them. So she's like, well, I'm not going to pick someone you like. I'm going to pick someone I like. And the person that I like is Nathaniel. So she picks Nathaniel, and he's like protecting her from being murdered and all kinds of stuff. And of course, he ends up having this friend that's a servant in the castle who he finds out is actually trying to murder her. All kinds of political drama. That goes all the way to the third story, which is Darkness, where he finds out that the friend is trying to murder her and all that, and he has to fight him, and the friend is like, well, I know where your father is, and I could take you to him, like, basically, if you betray her. And it's by then he's realized that, like, as much as he wants to find his father again, there is nothing worth basically betraying the girl that he loves, because he's in love with Arian. I can't say that on Neopets.com, but I can say it on Twitch. They're in love, and it's just heavily implied throughout the entire story. Yeah. Also, he does find his mom at some point. She's alive, but her shard was cracked, and so she's, like, lost a bunch of her memories, and she's kind of like, haha, butterflies and daisies. Like, she can't really keep a coherent thought, which, like, relatable, I guess. But so she's kind of just, like, more in, like, a childish type state, and doesn't recognize Nathaniel and stuff, but he takes care of her and all. Oh, and then the last story that's in that universe, told you there's a lot, is, there's a political drama that takes place in Fairyland, where a bunch of mages ran as, like, refugees, because there's magic in Fairyland. Now, fairy magic is not the same as mage magic. Different. Fairies are born innately magical. Mages take a piece of their, like, soul out of their bodies and use that. But fairies just have magic to begin with. Dang, can't believe you'd say love. That's kinda extreme. I know, I think I should be cancelled. Like, I thought this was like a kid's game, but I mean, mentioning love? That's a little bit much. My favorite thing is that the Neo boards still have the same description as they did 15 years ago, where it says at the top, this is not a place to talk about how hot or cute people are. This is a place to talk about your Neopets. It's just like, God, this is not a place to talk about how hot people are. You know what? It needed to be said. So the political drama in Fairyland is a bunch of people went to go be... No, actually. They ran to Fairyland to be refugees, and of course, the fairies are worried about, well, now we've got people who also have magic living in our city. Before, it was just us, and we were the people in power, and now we've got other people who are coming who are not, like, native to this land, and they have this power. So we need to basically control them. And I don't know if they're trying to control in an evil way. I think they're trying to control in a nice way-ish. Kind of a condescending way, though. I mean, like, you know, they're not doing it to be overtly evil, but it's not exactly nice either. So they end up creating, like, a political advisor position, where they have someone who is, like, the ambassador to the mages that are in Fairyland. And that is, oh Oh god, what is her name? All of a sudden I can't remember it. I don't know why I can't remember it right now, but that's my girl. Whose name I can't remember. But she is supposed to communicate between the mages and the non-mages in Fairyland and get them to cooperate. Like, you know, and the mages are like, we don't want to cooperate with anyone because cooperating with people and being kind and pacifistic has gotten us nowhere. And you're a traitor for working with them, and we don't want to be traitors. Like, so she's in between like a rock and a hard spot where she gets why they don't want to work with other people, but at the same time, she thinks that there's no way that they're not gonna work with people. Like, you know, in reality, like, you have to work with other people, even those that you don't like, because just, if you don't work with them, they're just gonna do whatever the hell they want anyway, so you gotta try and at least influence their decisions. So that's like a very, very, like, political drama, basically. Like, it's all about, like, the bureaucracy and all that of, like, dealing with the government in Fairyland and stuff, so very fun. Very fun stuff. So like I said, my universes kind of branch off together in different ways. Because once I get an idea for one character, then I start coming up with other characters, and then I start coming up with side stories, and then the side stories become full stories. Whew, I've got a blanket on, and I'm very hot all of a sudden, so I'm gonna remove that real quick. Because I had the blanket, and then I had my laptop on the blanket in my lap, and it was becoming very warm, very toasty. No good. God, what the hell is that girl's name? Why can't I remember it? It's like a normal name. Oh, it's Lillian Belgrade. Her maiden name is Liana. It's kind of cool because everyone has like maiden names. So Evie Dexhart, her maiden name is Eva Nanu, which means, hold on. So no one has last names in Majin. They have places that they like came from, which is very similar to like how a lot of early last names started off as like the cities people were from. Like, oh, Shakespeare from Stratford upon Avon or whatever. Evie used to be from Asla, so it would be Eva na Asla. But then she started calling herself Eva Nanu because she had nowhere to stay and no one wanted her, so Ava from nowhere. Nathaniel, his is Nate na Asla. Alior would be Alior na Bayval. Bayval being Bright Vale. And Lillian is Liana na Fainland. So it's cool how everyone has like names, because they'll like, when they're really serious, they'll be like calling each other their names in Majin, and that's how you know like shit's about to go down. And it's also really cute because Arian, she tries to say Nate, but she keeps saying it wrong, so she calls him Natty. She's like, Natty, come here. And he's like, oh, I love her so much. They are so valid. Oh, they're so valid. I'm valid, you're valid, he, she, we, valid. Yeah, sometimes I make a character for a character and then I get super interested in a new character. Hell yeah! That's the best way to do it. Because sometimes I'm just like, I can't make like all these individual heckin' detailed stories. I'd rather just make out a fleshed universe. Ah, he stole my ball. Give me my ball back. And like I didn't do the whole Majin language. I did enough so that I could do like basic sentences and stuff and like words. So like I named all the Neopian lands and stuff. Different things like that. I came up with like kind of the general structure of like what the sounds are like. Like they use a lot of AE sounds, A, stuff like that. They have a very for a lot of the lands, they have like a very German sound, like Feinland. Things like that. I think I was just influenced by I was learning German at the time. He's mad that I'm not petting him. I don't know, I'm just telling you, he's been sitting there for like 30 minutes trying to get petted. He's not hungry, he's the shape of an orb. Oh my god, my mom's like, that doesn't mean he's not hungry. The cat looks like he ate another cat. Shh. I love my orb cat. I call him a corb. One more. That'll be 10. I do wonder what I'm gonna eat for lunch. My mom was saying maybe I could have taquitos, but I was like, I don't want taquitos. I don't know. Had too many taquitos lately. Vote now for what you think I should eat for lunch. Maybe I'll just order DoorDash. I really should stop, but at the same time, it's so easy to just order DoorDash and then food shows up. It's so good. And like, to be honest, a lot of those people are like out of work and are trying to make extra money, so at the same time, I'm kind of like, well, maybe I should order DoorDash. Distribute my money to someone who needs it more. Now my cat has sat back with his tummy out and he's just cleaning his tummy fur. God, I love him. We should do a cat cam one day. Taquitos are great. They're awesome. I asked for them one time because I saw them on TV, and then my family tried them and they liked them too, and we've been eating them ever since. I literally just heard about them on TV, and I'm like, I wonder what that is. It sounds like something I would like. And then I was like, Mom, I want taquitos. And she's like, I don't know what that is. And I'm like, well, let's find it. And let's find out. I find it amazing that I've been able to play while talking about all this other stuff. And it really hasn't depreciated in quality too much. I mean, I have made a couple mistakes, but the AI is just not very good. Okay, that's what I get for saying that. I like taquitos when they're like a little bit crunchy on the outside and like gooey and cheesy on the inside. Oh god, so good. I'm so glad we eat. Like, I know it's the whole process of digestion is kind of gross, but like I'm so like that's like one of my favorite human experiences. Is like the experience of eating, because it's so hard to explain eating. Like, if you had to explain eating to someone who had never done it, I don't know how I would do it. Like, how do you explain what spicy is? You can't. It's like just an experience that... Oh, my cat wants to scratch his ear, but he can't reach it. Here, buddy. It's just an experience that, like... You can't... Oh, I'm rank 8! That's weird. I thought I had to play a lot more games to get to rank 8. Look at how blue that is! God, I love blue. It's beautiful. That's pretty sexy. Let's take a look at the, counter then. Alrighty. We're on to bigger and butter things. The next is, the shield will turn like bronze, and you'll have the gems. It's like every 4 levels, the shield changes style. Okay. What now? I guess I could play some more Slushie Slinger. How long have I been streaming? Not too long. I could do like, I don't know, maybe 20 or 30 more minutes. Yeah, I mean, eating is like a really cool experience, and I love food. Like, I'm just, every time I eat food, I'm like, I'm so happy to be eating this food. I don't care if this food might kill me in the future. It tastes great. Like, that's just an experience that, like, is so human. I don't know if Jack can taste his food. I don't even know if he can taste his food. I don't know if he understands that he's tasting his food. He's looking at me because I said his name. He's like, are you talking shit about me? No, buddy. I'm just talking facts about you. Honestly, my favorite type of meal is a meal that I feel like I'm immediately going to pass out after eating. Like, from like a diabetic coma. That's my favorite kind of meal. Like, if I feel like after I've eaten it, I'm a little bit closer to death, that's good. Like, not that I want to be, but like the food coma feeling is so, I don't know what it is about it. It's satisfying. Like, when I go to IHOP and I eat 2 full pancakes and an omelet and some hash browns, and I feel like I can't move, like I need to be rolled out of the restaurant. I live for that feeling. Did I close the... I did not close the rank calculator. I am sorry. You did not want to see Slushie Slinger anyway. I do not want to see Slushie Slinger. I've only felt like that after eating chocolate pizza. What the hell is chocolate pizza? Do I want to know? I don't know how it exists. But what is it? Like, is it... Does it have actual cheese and sauce on it? Or is it just like... Is it like a cookie version? I'm trying to figure out what the ingredients are. So that I can make some mistakes. I mean, good decisions of eating chocolate pizza. It's like the bottom of the pizza with chocolate instead of sauce. Ugh. So it's like a chocolate pizza crust, but then is there cheese and stuff on it? Like real regular cheese? Ugh. Oh, instead of the top... Confusing. Oh, I already have 300. I don't know why I'm still going. Sorry, I have a little bit of a headache in my left eye all of a sudden. Just my left eye. No cheese or anything, just chocolate. Oh god. Chocolate dough, chocolate sauce, chocolate toppings, chocolate oregano. It's called choregano. That sounds like a bad word. Choregano? Like, that sounds like something very insulting you would say to someone. I'm not gonna say it anymore. I like that little green Kashyyyk that is, like, very gender ambiguous, but I don't like that he has fingers. He has, like, and they're not, like, round fingers, either. If they were, like, round cartoon fingers, I would be fine with it. But they're, like, pointy dragon hands. What are those scrolls in his backpack? What is he carrying? Twitch will get me for saying chocolate oregano. I can understand. It's disgusting. We used to, when we would go to the arcade, we would fill up a empty oregano container with quarters and take them with us. That's back when, like, arcades still used quarters, and you would take out the quarters and they would smell like oregano. And that's the end of the story. But I still think about it a lot, even though it was years ago and we'll probably never do it again. How slippery are these tables? This is a thought that I've just had. Like that you're have you ever tried to slide a plastic cup down a rock? Because these are made of, like, slabs of rock. Like, unless it's a conveyor belt that I'm not seeing, like, how slippery are these cups? You would try and shove it down the column and the cup would just fall over and the drink would spill out. Maybe I'm overthinking this. No, I would never overthink something. Yeah, this is like the equivalent of, like, elevator music. but in game format. Like, you know, honestly, if I was in an elevator and they asked me to play this game, I'd be like, makes sense. I think this game would be better if there was elevator music. Like, la 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 la. La 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 la. And no, that is not copyrighted. If anyone tries and claims that little bit, I just made that off the top of my head. So back off. You're not getting my 0 ad revenue. La 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 la. It's more fun when I do the elevator music. La 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 la. La 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 la. Oh fuck! What the? La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. That's called La La La, made by me, 2020. Honestly, you know what I could do? I could put on some other Neopets music, like in the background of this. I have a whole bunch downloaded. And like, I have like the Sutex Tomb theme and stuff, like music that Neopets has made for games that you just play in the background. Because they just let you download it for free. I don't know why, I guess people kept requesting, hey, can I download the Neopets music in like high quality, so they... Let me see if I can pull it up. Should be under music. Neo. I have a folder for it. Okay, I have all of the soundtrack from Assignment 53. I have Attack of the Slorgs, Destructo Match 2, Hassy Bounce, Ice Cream Machine. I have the Imperial Exam music. I didn't even know they offered that. Meepit Juice Break, Sutex Tomb, Usuki Frenzy, Tyrannian Mini Golf. Let's put on Sutex Tomb. Yeah, play. Is that better? I kind of like that. And let's play the whole thing. Wait, is that going to repeat the playlist or just the song? Oh, there we go. Okay, I got it. This is much better. I love the Sutex Tomb music, honestly. Let me know if I need to turn it up, because I will. It'll be like an EDM blowout. Boom, boom, boom. I farted. I'm like bopping to the music. For those who are watching on YouTube, after I upload this, I will put a link to the description. I will put a link in the description of where you can download Neopets music for free. It's on the Neopets website, but I'll put a link so that you can actually find the page. It's totally free, it's legal, it's high quality, enjoy, have fun. I turned it up a little bit because I'm loving this shit. I think I'm playing the game better, too. Let me refresh so I can see how many games I've played, because this plays today isn't helping me. Okay, 64. All this game needed was music. Yeah, it's way better now. Like, honestly, the difference is striking. Like, even I'm feeling better about playing it. I feel like I could play like 3 hours of this now. Speaking of which, I'll put a link in the description or a link on the video somewhere. You should go check out my Sutex Tomb playthrough on my YouTube channel. That is one of my favorite episodes I've ever done, ever. Within 4 minutes, I start talking about how Neopets is actually like related to the true meaning of life or some shit. I don't know what I was on, but I was like galaxy braining. Yeah, I was like talking about how Neopets was like a metaphor for real human life. I definitely think this song is repeating. Yeah, it's only a minute long. There's no way it's not repeating. Okay. Let's try next song. Oh, it's not playing as a playlist. It was just playing as like one. Hold on. Let me see. Let's do... Imperial Exam? No. Usuki Frenzy. Kick it! This is the music from Usuki Frenzy. Oh, this is the Hassy Bounce music.
Hassy, yay! Hassy, yay!
This is... I want to say the Attack of the Slorgs music? Destructo Match 2, are you kidding me? How did I not remember that? But it's been years since I played Destructo Match 2. I did do a playthrough of Destructo Match 3. That turned out horrible, to be honest. I mean, not the video was funny, but my playthrough was horrible. I thought I was gonna do much better for a game that I like so much. Kinda bummed out the Usuki Frenzy song was so short. I might like put that on repeat for a while. Oh yeah. Get that guitar solo in. Can you imagine the guy that they hired to play that guitar solo? Like, he was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be the peak of my career. The Neopets theme song for Destructo Match 2. His name is Brad Guitar Guy. Not related to Brad Football Guy. Alright. This is actually pretty satisfying to look at. I need 33 UU Ball, 99 UU Ball draws, or 66 Slushie Slinger. Pretty nice looking to see that pattern. Brad Guitar Guy did do a good job. Oh god, that's really hard to say. Oh, this is Attack of the Slorgs. I'm gonna put on the Meepit Juice Break music. And I'm gonna put it on repeat. Because this music is fun too. There's so much good Neopets music! God, Neopets is cool. You guys are just mean. Oh, while I'm at it, let me retweet real quick just in case anyone wants to come stop by for the last little bit of the stream. Alright, I gotta do 5 more of this shit. Power through! Then that'll be 20 like of these games that I've played today. That's a lot of Slushie Slinger for me. Hey, it didn't repeat. I wanted it to repeat. Oh, I put it on a repeat playlist. I wanted to repeat the song. You know what? Usuki Frenzy. Usuki Frenzy's gonna repeat now. Because you said you liked that song. Oh my gosh, I forgot to grab a foam finger. Well, it's too late now. I wonder if Brad Guitar Guy is related to Brad Saxophone Guy that they used for this song. I mean, they're both musicians, so, like, all musicians know each other, right? Like, I could walk up to, like, trying to think of someone. I can't think of anyone. I could walk up to, like, the guitar player of Avenged Sevenfold and be like, do you know, the guy who plays the background music for Lady Gaga? Or Lady Gaga, as I like to say. Does Brad Guitar Guy know Brad Electric Guitar Guy? Oh, they're definitely cousins. I mean, they're part of the Guitar Guy family. Are you in the Wisploid Discord server? Because I can also send you an invite link to that. Because you'll get more notifications about, like, it's not like a super busy server or anything. Like, we talk usually on, like, days that I do streams and stuff. But, like, you won't be, like, bombarded with notifications or anything. Mostly I use it to, like, notify people when I'm streaming, because previously I was sending it to, like, everyone I know. And I am not in the @Wisploid server. Let me put a link in the chat. We've been talking a lot about Garfield since the Garfield stream. I want to create an invite link. Why is it hidden? Expire after 1 hour. Generate new link. Copy. There's a link for you. Let's see. I'm gonna put on the... Yeah, I'll put the Meepit Juice Break music on. We've been talking about Garfield a lot, sharing Garfield memes, and we shared the fanfic that we read last night. So you can feel free to look over that, and there will be a quiz next week on what you learned. So make sure to study it cover to cover. That was fun. I had a good time with that. A lot of people in the stream. I think that's like the most people on a stream that I've ever seen talking. And of course we're all very talkative people, so like at times we were talking over each other, but it was still fun. Hopefully people who were watching were able to parse what was going on. Oh yeah, and Elena and I are gonna upload VODs of it, so that you'll be able to watch any parts that you missed and, you know, reminisce in the memories, stuff like that. I'll probably watch it myself just to see what it was like from a viewer's perspective, because I was so busy in the moment, that I would be interested just to see what, you know, sometimes I watch my own videos just to be like, so how did that come out? How did that, you know, especially if we do it next year, just kind of get an idea of like what we can do for next year. You could very clearly hear like the second when that song stopped and then restarted. It was like dun dun dun. Oh shit. I must have hit my trackpad. Fortunately, it was like midnight for me. Oh yeah, it was later than usual when I did that stream because I was doing it with a lot of other people from different time zones, especially people who are hours behind me. So I kind of did it later to accommodate so that people could be on. Alrighty. I'm so tired of Slushie Slinger. The music is helping. I just realized goals scored, it's almost 666. That's wonderful. GMT, that's like the line where they started time zones, right? Where it's like 0, whereas I'm like -5 or whatever. Okay, 2 more. Almost at the good number. Yeah, I'm at 0 time. Time does not exist where you live. You have become free from it. Sometimes when I'm really anxious and I'm taking a test and I can't listen to something with words because I'm trying to read the test questions, but I want something to listen to, I will put on Neopets music. Like my Neopets playlist. It helps. It's comforting. I remember when they used to let us put on music in class, but they would only let us put it on if we had an iPod with one of those, like, they had the buttons that was in the shape of a wheel, and I had one of those iPods. So I'd be jamming out to, like, Caramel Dancing at 10 times speed. But their reasoning for it was weird. So I think it had something to do with not wanting people to be looking up answers on Google. But what they said to us was because they didn't want people to be able to record things like answers and then listen to them. Well, if you're really that motivated to cheat, there's a workaround. I guess they were thinking you could easily record into your phone answers and then listen to it immediately. But you can record and then put that recording on the iPod. So I'm not sure if the teachers just didn't know that, or if they just thought we weren't smart enough to do it. I mean, as a kid, I was like, oh, that makes sense. You can't record on an iPod. So I don't know, maybe they thought that everyone thought like I did. But now I'm like, you totally could have just put an MP4 file on the iPod and it could have your voice, and there you go. Okay, I have to submit this and then refresh again because I'm going to tweet. as soon as this goes through. Taking a screenshot. Opening the tweet. Let's see, where's the emoji I'm looking for? Where is it? Oh. God, I love it. I'm gonna share that with the server. Godspeed. I can't actually leave it like that, because when I do Altador Cup, it has to be numbers that are 5 or 0 at the end. Preferably 0. 0 is better than 5. Some people just play and it'll be like 1,267 games, and I'm like, how did you leave it like that, and why? It is the funny number. It's my lucky number. Hold on, I'm gonna change songs. Ice Cream Machine. This works for Slushie Slinger. Same kind of vibes. Actually, my first Neopian Flashbacks game I ever played as part of the series was Ice Cream Machine, and I honestly thought I was going to do the series for maybe like 5 episodes. And I've now done, I think, almost 40. Which is amazing. And like, it's really hard to say how much the series means to me, because it started off as like sort of a love letter to myself. You know, be the change you want to see in the world, be the content you want to see in the world. And Neopets Flash games. Wow, this guitar solo I have never heard before. Listen to that! Like I was saying, Neopian Flashbacks started off as a love letter to myself, especially because I realized that a lot of the Flash games were going to disappear, and Neopets has said that they want to preserve all of the games, but I don't know if that will happen. And so I wanted to save as many games as I could, a snapshot of them in a short period of time, you know, the 15 to 30-minute max format of me playing the games. And it's been honestly so enjoyable doing that series. And it doesn't matter to me if no one watches it, no one likes it. It is, like, awesome to me because I have enjoyed it so much and because it was something that I did for me. And actually, surprisingly, I have gotten a lot of YouTube followers from that series, specifically because they were looking for Neopets content. And they were like, this is what I needed. Can you do more Neopets content? And so that's why I've been streaming Altador Cup. Because a lot of those YouTube people, maybe they don't know about my Twitch, but when I upload the VODs, that's still more content for them. And personally, I don't want to record for 3 hours unless I'm doing a stream. So even if they don't come to the stream, that's perfectly fine. They can watch the VOD. But I'd rather do a stream and have some of my friends come while I do it. There's really not. A lot of it is very old. Or like people being like, haha, are my Neopets still alive? Yeah, that joke has been made 400 bajillion times for the past 15 years. That joke was being made when I was in middle school. It's time to let it go. I also will be playing Neopets Puzzle Adventure. I've just been sidetracked with a lot of things. I've been doing a lot of series, and that's why I'm trying to wrap some of them up so I can start some new ones. I don't want to just keep starting series and then have a bunch of ongoing series and have none of them finished. I'm not the Game Grumps. Oh, I'm sorry, Game Grumps. After I said that, I was like, that's so mean! Why would you say that? Brad Electric Guitar Guy is really doing amazing on that solo. Oh, that's a mini golf song. Ugh. It's okay, but it's like very slow. This is the Imperial Exam song. Dun, 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 dun. Very Avatar: The Last Airbender vibes. So there are only 7 more days of Altador Cup. So Thursday or Friday will be my last Altador Cup stream. Yeah, it's already coming to an end. And I feel like this has made it go by so much faster also. Because like realizing like, oh, another week has passed and stuff really makes you feel like, I don't know, like, wow, time is going by. When you just think of, oh, the day is over or whatever, that's like one day. But when you think of like in blocks of time, oh, a day, a month has passed, a week has passed, a year has passed. It really makes you feel like, wow, that went by really fast. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. So, how long have we been streaming? Oh wow, almost 3 hours. This is gonna take a really long time to export. I think we're gonna be done there. I think that's pretty good. We made some really good progress. We are at rank 8 now. We made some progress towards rank 9. I will probably get rank 9 on my own, not on stream. And the thing is, the ranks, as you, like I said, there's 4 ranks for each shield before the shield changes colors. So you start off with like a dark bronze, and then you have the stone, and then you switch to gold, and then I think you switch to something else, gold with like bigger laurels or something. That as the shields increase, the amount of points that you need for each rank also increases. So let's say it was like, I don't know, 20 games that you needed to get to, I think it's 19 to get to rank 1, rank 2, rank 3, rank 4. It's like 19 games. And then it goes to like 29, and then it goes to like 39, something like that. It just increases. So it will take me more time to get to rank 9. You can see I still need to do like 30 games of Yu Yu Ball. Wait, I think I have to refresh. Is that correct? Yes, it is correct. Okay, so I still need to do like 30 games of Yu Yu Ball to get to the next rank, so it will take me more time. I'm probably gonna get to rank 9 on my own. I might get to rank 10 on my own. I really want to get to rank 12. Because I got to rank 11 before. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, though. Because the games have increased the amount that I need. But maybe. We'll see if we can get there. Thank you everyone so much for watching. I really do appreciate everyone who comes to my streams. And especially people who support Neopian Flashbacks. Because it's like my favorite series to do. Nothing against all my other series, but I have a lot of feelings for it. And I'm going to go take a nap. Bye-bye, everyone! Bye-bye!